If you want to step up your weaving but aren't quite ready for a floor loom, how about something that can fit on your table? Today, we're going to show you how to weave cloth with our very own Easy Weaver. The Easy Weaver comes with a heddle, a shed maker, some yarn, and a shuttle. Now the loom comes with the warp already strung, so we can start weaving right off the bat. First, make sure you're facing the cloth beam. It's the smaller of the two beams on the loom. Now, turn the knob by your right hand to tighten the yarn. Once you're ready to weave, push down the heddle so that it hooks onto the slot in the shed maker, which, as you can probably guess, makes a space called the shed. Now, grab your shuttle and, starting on the left, feed it all the way through the shed. And once you're through, you don't need to pull too tightly on the yarn. Now, grab your heddle and use it to tamp the yarn down into the previous row. This will help you create a tight weave. Next, take your heddle and this time pull up so that it rests on top of the shed maker. Now, you can go ahead and pass your shuttle through again, but this time from the right-hand side. And that's all there is to it. Just repeat, repeat, and repeat. If you want to change colors in the middle of your weave, cut the yarn off the shuttle on the side of the loom. Now create a new shed and tuck the tail into it. Then grab the heddle and use it to tamp the tail into the previous row. Then you can wind a new color onto your shuttle and send it through the same shed, letting the tail overlap with the previous row by about an inch. Now just grab your heddle and tamp the new color into the previous row. And when you run out of room on your loom, just turn the knob on the back beam forward and release the pawl like this. Now, using the knob on the right side of the front beam, wind up your cloth until only about 2 inches of your weaving is showing. Next, you can put the rear pawl back into place and wind the back beam forward until your yarn is taut. Now, you have plenty of room to keep weaving. You can weave for as long as you want. There's enough yarn to make a scarf, but the Easy Weaver is also great for making table runners and tapestries. Remember, you're the weaver. It's up to you. Once you're done weaving, release the pawl on the front beam and unwind all the cloth you just wove. Now, there should be plenty of warp yarn left on the back beam, so let's get your loom ready for your next project. First, release the pawl on the back beam and pull your finished cloth in front of the loom so that the warp yarn sticks to the Velcro on the front beam. Now you can go ahead and cut your piece off the loom and wind the warp onto the Velcro so that you're ready for your next project. Today, we're going to finish our cloth with a classic fringe. First, trim the warp yarn on the top and bottom of your cloth so that they're about the same length. Next, take a couple of warp threads and tie them into an overhand knot, like this. And just make sure that the knot sits firmly against the last row of your piece. We're going to tie 2 knots for each color, but you design the fringe however you want. With the Easy Weaver, you've learned terms and techniques that carry over to every aspect of weaving. I think that makes you a weaver. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.